Hello, my friend. Welcome to my composition art journal series, part 28. Let it snow. So when I made this page, I knew that I wanted to do something wintry. And then just the other day, I on my Facebook group, my mixed media and art journaling group, I'll put a link below, one of my friends there, Jessica Peters, who I love her work. I will put a link to her Instagram account below as well. Anyway, she made some snowflakes and I was like, yeah, I love making snowflakes. So, I should probably show you how to make I kind of did just show you how to make them. So you start with a square and then you fold it corner to corner so that you have a triangle, and then you fold that triangle again. So you have another triangle, and from there you make a tri-fold, and that will give you a 6-pointed snowflake. So from there, you can only open and close it so many times before you pretty much are stuck with it because it's harder to cut. And the smaller that you have it, the harder it is to cut through all those things. Maybe some of you have like fancy schmancy cutting tools that I don't know about, but anywho, so here, I'll do it again. So corner to corner twice, and I'm using that thing called a bone, I think it's called, that just helps you score or make really clean, smooth folds. And then you cut off those little extra pieces, you don't really need them. And from there you just cut out designs, and you can go on Pinterest and find specific designs that will give you the results you're looking for. But I like the randomness of just making different kind of cuts and seeing what I get. So these are my two snowflakes, and they needed to be flattened. So I took a heavy book and laid it on there. So then I had to decide, okay, what am I going to do with these little snowflakes? And so I play around with them a little bit. And I'm just going to go ahead and commit to their location and Mod Podge them to the page. And then I will figure out what I want to do from there. I know that I'm going to leave that upper left page for some text, and it's going to have something to do with snow. I know that. I live in Northwest Arkansas, and I moved here about 4 years ago. And when we bought our house sight unseen, I know we're a little crazy. We moved from Idaho. And when we bought the house and we saw it the hour before we were ready to close, our realtor took us here, and we have this awesome sledding hill at the end of our driveway right next to our house. And I got excited and I said, ooh, does it snow a lot here? Like, do we get enough snow to sled? And he said, oh, we haven't had enough snow to sled in like 10 years. So I was like, bummer, major bummer. But for the last 3 years, I think it was even that first winter that we were there or here, we got a ton of snow compared to normal. And we did a lot of sledding on our super awesome sledding hill. But most of my memories of winter and snow are from my childhood growing up in Michigan. So Michigan, let me pause for a second and tell you what I'm doing. So I looked in my stash and found some snowflake stamps, and I'm not great at stamping. I'm about as good at stamping as I am at stenciling. If you've watched any of my videos, I kind of suck at both of them, but that's okay. And then I realized after I got started that this stamp was dirty. So that's one of the reasons the paint was kind of turning gray. So I just colored in the stamp with my Posca marker, Posca markers are just acrylic paint. So I didn't want to dunk my stamp into a pool of paint and then have it be too globby. So this was my solution to that, and it worked pretty well. So I did that, and then I did find also I think there was silicone, those clear, rubbery, transparent stamps. So I used a few of those as well, as you can see right there. And I didn't use a block, I just used my fingers. But same kind of method, using the Posca marker. Ta-da! All right, so here we go. Do you recognize that N? If you watched my last video, I used that N, and I borrowed it from a Pinterest example of lettering. And so hand lettering can be intimidating, but you just need to practice. Okay, so I'm writing all the things that remind me of snow, and it really quickly turns into like my childhood memories, building snow forts and snowmen, and just feeling like I'm living in a winter wonderland, making snow angels, moon boots. Okay, I'm a child of the 80s. I'm actually a bicentennial baby, so I was born in 76, and I trounced around in my moon boots all winter growing up, making snow trails. That's where you basically shuffle your feet in the deep snow and make like roads, and then you and your friend have to follow the roads. I don't know, that's what I did. I did a lot of playing in the snow. Oh, the ice storm of 1984, I think it was. Yes, I would have been about 8 years old. School's closed, woohoo! So I grew up back in the day when you had to listen on the radio to see if we had a snow day, and that was like hitting the lottery, because you knew you had all day to play in the snow and have hot cocoa and snowball fights, and seeing what else I wrote here. Oh, igloos. I have 3 older brothers, and they had some friends up the street, and they would come over and build like giant igloos in our front yard. It was so fun. And I loved the smell of the wood fire. We had a fireplace, and our home was also heated with wood because we lived in the woods. And my dad would, cut up the trees that were downed in the woods, and we would stack logs in the wood room, bringing logs into the wood room. See, I even remember. So this really turned into a nostalgic page for me. Just remembering all the things that I loved about winter growing up in Michigan. Now, licking icicles is kind of disgusting, I know, but I did it. I confess. Oh, and that last one, sledding down sewer side hill. So there was a super steep hill in our woods, and my brothers called it Suicide Hill because there was trees at the bottom, and if you didn't bail out, especially if you're like tobogganing or something, but if you're sledding, you would hit a tree and probably crack your head open. So they called it Suicide Hill, but I was too little to understand what they were saying, and I thought it was Sewer Side Hill, which is disgusting. And just since I'm sharing all my childhood memories, I did crack my head on a tree at the bottom of Sewer Side Hill. I mean, maybe that explains some things. I don't think there was any permanent damage, but anyway, so those are some of my fun memories from growing up in Michigan. So I thought I would add some more little snowflakes on my page. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. So this is a Jelly Roll pen, and snowflakes are easy. Just remember they have 6 points. And so if you make a line straight down and then an X through it, then you will come up with a snowflake. Yeah, so there's my page. I love it. Oh, apparently I'm not done. Oh, I decided to finish it all up with growing up in Michigan, because I realized that that's really what this page turned into being all about. I love it. I love how the blue and purple, cool colors just look like frozen snow, winter wonderland. So I hope you are enjoying winter this year, and go make some art.